The new X1 voice remote from Xfinity is coming soon. Perfect for people who want entertainment the easy way.
I was not expecting to get a Ford.
We went around the country talking to people who made the switch to Ford.
It felt nicer than my BMW.
Good gas mileage.
EcoBoost makes a 4-cylinder engine feel like a 6-cylinder. My dad went and turned in his Lexus and got the exact same car as me. He had to have it. I don't know if I'll ever not buy a Ford.
Make the switch to Ford. Lease Escape for $189 a month for 36 months with only $27.79 cash due at signing. Only at your local South Florida Ford store.
Live, local, 1 hour earlier. Fox 29 10 o'clock news starts now.
News right now, brand new video just into the newsroom. Rapper Vanilla Ice leaving the Palm Beach County Jail tonight after police arrested him for burglary and grand theft. We'll have much more on that in just moments.
But first, we have team coverage of what's becoming a frigid February tonight. Fox 29's Elizabeth Harrington live on the Treasure Coast, where folks will feel the worst of it tomorrow. But first, we begin with meteorologist Steve Weigel. He is tracking this record cold in West Palm Beach. Steve.
Already chill out there tonight, and temperatures continue to fall. We'll fall another 10 to 15 degrees for overnight lows. Here's a look at current temperatures across the area. You can see we're 40s and low 50s, and we will continue to cool off. There's a look at Palm Beach County overnight. Perhaps some records shattered. We'll be close in a few spots. We are looking at that wind staying up too, and temperatures again in the morning are in the 30s and low 40s, warming up quickly as we get into the day, but tomorrow will be a very chilly day. You'll need a jacket or sweater. Whoa, okay. I'll be back with your complete forecast as we go through the week coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Steve, thank you. Well, tonight, thousands on the Treasure Coast are bracing for those record-shattering temperatures tomorrow. Fox 29's Elizabeth Harrington is live tonight in Indiantown with more on how they're preparing. Beth.
Well, this greenhouse is stocked with plants like tomatoes. As you can see, they are covered in these white sheets. Now, if the cold weather does damage those in the field, the plants in the field, then Kai Kai Farm will use these. They're backup plants, but they're hoping it doesn't come to that. Under this white cover, there are about 2,000 young tomato plants.
Because there's a market for them, but when it gets cold like this, you got to cover them up because it's the only way you can protect them.
Tomatoes and other plants like eggplant can brown in cold temperatures. Carl Frost and his wife Diane also put a cover over their beans.
Royal Burgundy beans, there's another specialty.
Kai Kai Farm supplies fresh produce for local restaurants and markets.
Tomorrow we have to deliver to Sailfish Point.
That means one day these vegetables will end up on a dinner plate, and the owners here can't afford to have cold weather damage them.
Brussels sprout, the colder the better.
They love it cold, yeah.
Kai Kai Farm grows about 60 different plants. Not all need protection. Many fruits and citrus trees can handle temperatures in the 30s or 40s.
Well, be honest with you, it means we lose the crop.
That's why Carl and Diane track the temperature at a weather station on their farm, because you can't control Mother Nature.
You're hoping it's gonna help, we just don't know.
Kai Kai Farm usually harvests crops the same day they deliver them, but today they picked a few early just to be on the safe side. Live here in Indiantown, Elizabeth Harrington, Fox 29 News.
All right, now back to that story that's been trending all night. Vanilla Ice in hot water and accused of stealing. This is Rob Van Winkle's new mugshot here that was just snapped at the Palm Beach County Jail moments before he walked out to waiting reporters. Fox 29's Megan McRoberts was in the middle of all the frenzy tonight. She's live outside the jail tonight. Megan, what can you tell us?
Well, Ashley, Van Winkle in hot water tonight after stolen items from one home were found inside a home that he's remodeling through his TV show, The Vanilla Ice Project. Now, he posted bond just within the last hour, came outside and told us to stop focusing so much on the bad here, but instead the good that he's trying to do through that show.
All right, stop.
He's a one-hit wonder.
GTV DIY. I want to tell you about
Turned home improvement expert. But tonight, Robert Van Winkle, better known as Vanilla Ice, walked out of the Palm Beach County Jail facing charges as an alleged burglar.
I wish you guys would focus on all the good things I've done.
Sometimes it's about fun in the sun. Welcome to Palm Beach.
And Frank Morales was a co-star with him for the first 4 seasons.
Phone literally hasn't stopped at all, you know.
Morales fielding calls from mutual friends asking if Van Winkle's plan to flip a Lantana home included stealing items from another. Morales said there were some wild times on set, but never anything illegal.
I mean, the guy's rich. Why would he steal? You know? But on one hand, you never know what people do, but...
Lantana police arresting Van Winkle after stolen objects from a home 2 doors down were found inside Van Winkle's project home. Items included a pool heater, bicycles, and furniture.
The house has been wide open. The gates have been open, all the doors have been unlocked for years now.
It's the latest issue at the foreclosed home for neighbors like Stephen Robertson. He says there have been squatters and other thefts. He said he had seen Van Winkle at the home in the past, but thought it was because Van Winkle was interested in buying it.
But I didn't see anybody take anything.
Now neighbors and Van Winkle's friends are waiting to see how this storyline plays out.
You know, like he always says, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. That's one of his famous sayings.
You know, things get blown out of proportion, and it is what it is, so we'll all clear up, you know.
Now, the DIY network did release a statement to us saying that they have been notified of this matter and they are looking into it. Reporting live tonight at the Palm Beach County Jail, Megan McRoberts, Fox 29 News.
Now, this isn't Rob Van Winkle's first run-in with the law in South Florida. Back in 2004, St. Lucie County deputies charged him after his wallaroo and goat escaped, and they were frolicking all over the area.
Happening right now, a freight train derailment causing massive traffic headaches tonight in Riviera Beach. We've got some new pictures into the feed room now. Tonight, investigators tell us, the railroad crossing at Blue Heron Boulevard and Old Dixie is closed to traffic. All of this after what you see here, an engine of a freight train overturned off the tracks. No one was injured here. Several fire crews were called to the scene over hazardous material concerns, which turned out to be minor. Right now, crews are diverting traffic around this area. Ashley?
All right, Jay, thanks. New tonight, we're getting a first look at the damage to Rob Conrad's boat after the ex-Dolphins player's harrowing story of survival at sea. Florida Fish and Wildlife just wrapped up their investigation into the accident. Last month, Conrad told police a wave knocked him off his boat and that he swam 9 miles to shore. Investigators say there are no charges or violations related to the accident involving Conrad. Now, according to just released reports, his boat eventually ran aground in the Bahamas and had $70,000 in damage. He was hospitalized for hypothermia and dehydration. Also new at 10, an HIV positive man is in the Palm Beach County Jail accused of biting a chunk of skin off a deputy's arm. Police say this man, Jeffrey Switzer, bit the deputy so hard that he needed stitches, 5 of them, in fact. It happened at a restaurant in Wellington. Now, the deputy was originally called out there for a car burglary report.
Check your credit card statements. Cops found a card skimmer at a West Palm Beach mobile gas station. The device was placed on a pump at the station on North Military Trail and Community Drive. If you have recently filled up at this station, you need to check your bank statements tonight and report any fraud immediately. Skimmers are used to steal credit and debit card information. Well, caught on camera, a new dash cam video shows the woman troopers say caused a fiery crash on the turnpike that left a truck engulfed in flames. Nina Rodriguez did not pass field sobriety test, according to the Florida Highway Patrol, and later admitted to drinking on camera. In the video, she can't keep her balance during those field sobriety tests, and troopers say her blood alcohol level was 0.116.
I know I should have just stayed at my friend's house. She tried to convince me, but I thought it was the key to go home.
Your kids right now have adult supervision, correct?
Well, they're with my parents.
All 3 men inside the truck were able to get out just in time with only minor injuries. Rodriguez is out of jail on bond.
Police from Delray Beach and the U.S. Postal Service now saying they believe 2 early morning robberies are related. Officers just releasing these surveillance photos of the suspects. Now, last Wednesday, 2 post office employees were robbed at gunpoint at 3 in the morning. Less than an hour later, a Palm Tran employee was robbed under similar circumstances in Delray Beach. The post office is offering a $50,000 reward for information here. And now here's another look at the surveillance photos of the suspects that were released this morning. New details about a late night shooting in Jensen Beach last night. The Martin County Sheriff's Office says the gunfire broke out after a dispute over stolen marijuana. A man remains in critical condition. He was shot in the head and suffered a broken neck and bones.
A new poll finds many Americans think Brian Williams should return to anchor NBC Nightly News. The poll by CNN and ORC finds 55% of women and 49% of men think Williams should be allowed back. Williams was suspended after he was accused of exaggerating his involvement in a 2003 Iraq War helicopter incident. Williams is now suspended for 6 months without pay.
Dog dupe. Scammers posting photos of puppies for sale online, but buyer beware. What really happens after you send your check?
Keep your eyes open. Cold critters are looking for warmth tonight, where they're most likely to sneak into.
Opting out. How students are getting out of state-mandated tests.
You could win one of these. Watch the WFLX Morning News, spot the keyword, and text in to win. Go to WFLX.com for more information.
Tu mi racconti di te, di un mondo che fu, eppure mi è rimasto nel cuore l'amore che tu avevi per me. Vorrei tornare indietro per un momento.
The Range Rover Evoque. Land Rover, above and beyond.
How's it going? Nice to meet you guys. I have these 2 laptops. We're gonna each download a TV show. I'm gonna download it on Xfinity, and you guys are gonna download it with AT&T Uverse, and we're gonna see who goes faster. Go.
Well, this is a no-brainer so far.
How's AT&T doing?
Struggling.
I'm ready to go. We'll wait for you guys.
Looks like we're gonna be waiting for a while.
Don't let Uverse slow you down. Switch to the Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast for $99 a month, and now lock in your rate for 2 full years. See for yourself. Call or go online today.
I make a lot of purchases for my business, and I get a lot in return with Ink Plus from Chase. Like 60,000 bonus points when I spent $5,000 in the first 3 months after I opened my account.
And I earned 5 times the rewards on internet phone services and at office supply stores.
With Ink Plus, I can choose how to redeem my points. Travel, gift cards, even cash back. And my rewards points won't expire.
So you can make owning a business even more rewarding. Ink from Chase, so you can.
I drove a Scion for a little bit.
We went around the country talking to people who made the switch to Ford.
We've been friends since high school and recently started a business together. I drove a Honda.
He looked into the Mazda 3, the Hyundais. The minute he saw the Focus, he's like, okay.
I saw it and I thought it looked really awesome. The mileage is much better on the Focus than my previous car.
When he got his car, it made me switch to the Ford Focus.
Make the switch to Ford. Lease a Focus for only $159 a month for 36 months with $23.21 due at signing. Only at your local South Florida Ford store.
This week, I'm in the biggest city pulling off even bigger surprise.
Steve's helping 2 New York City heroes give back big time. Then, the worst daters in America crusade.
We may have to go to a strip club.
Okay. Meet its toughest case.
I had to see if he was real.
What, have you been dating unicorns or something?
Plus, Love Month mixes in love potions that'll spice things up in the bedroom.
Give that a good shake?
Dude, that's the aphrodisiac right there.
Steve Harvey, Monday at 5 on Fox 29.
Shocking new developments tonight surrounding the road rage murder of a mother in Las Vegas. We're now hearing a drastically different account of the moments that led to Tammy Meyer's death. Police are now saying the 44-year-old was likely not followed home after the incident, as previously thought. They say she actually went home, got one of her sons, who then grabbed his handgun, and then they went looking for the other driver. Police say the mother and son spotted the other vehicle nearby, but then rushed back home. That car allegedly followed them at that point then and then exchanged gunfire with Meyer's son.
All new tonight, a warning about fake puppy websites. They play along from the beginning, showing you pictures of precious puppies that are all available online. Hundreds of them. You can click on them, see the images for yourself. But the big question tonight, does this company or even the dogs really exist?
Maybe they're targeting places like me that are off the beaten path.
Carol Moore says she doesn't get many visitors, that is, until lately.
And she said they were here to look at the English bulldogs.
A young couple who'd driven for hours to meet their new puppy.
She proceeded to show me her cell phone that listed my address as a contact for Star Bullies.
Star Bullies. The website apparently used Moore's address. Next door, another address used. Another website claiming to breed purebred English and French bulldogs.
When I got there, the address was there, but it wasn't the puppies.
Vicki June, who lives in Tampa, went back and forth for days with staff at affordablebullies.com before wiring hundreds of dollars for Bubbles, a 10-week-old French bulldog.
There was pictures of their home and all of the bulldogs that they had.
She flew from Florida to this doorstep in Maryland.
They didn't know anything about it, and they didn't know any of the names I had.
Affordable Bullies and StarBullies.com have both since been taken down. The Better Business Bureau lists 6 addresses associated with the online puppy sites. 4 of them in Maryland, 2 private homes, a popular downtown restaurant, and an apartment complex that has never heard of the companies.
The minute they'd said cash, I should have pulled out, but I didn't.
Another site using those fake addresses, GoldenBullies.com, shows pictures of the same dog Vicki June paid for.
It's really a shame that people can be this cruel and work with people and, use people's emotions to get money.
And this is the site here, one of the main sites. Hundreds of pictures here on all of these sites, all these bulldogs. Some of these dogs don't even exist. So the Better Business Bureau says tonight there are a handful of puppy sites just like this one. As soon as they take them down, a new one pops up with a new name. Some of these dogs could be legitimate, some are not. The 3 we mentioned aren't the only sites that the BBB has seen. A couple of ways to protect yourself: get referrals and always use a credit card so that you can get your money back in the event that you don't get what you paid for. Ashley.
All right, Jay, good tips to listen to. Thanks. Right now, as the temperatures tumble overnight, outside critters and creatures may try to sneak into your home. Wildlife experts warn snakes, lizards, and then other animals are trying to find places to stay warm. But careful when you step outside in the morning. While cold iguanas may look rigid and lifeless, they're still alive.
It may appear to be lifeless to you, but the animal may still be alive.
Also, be aware that if you live near a pond or canal, you may see a few alligators sunning themselves to stay warm.
We're going to have a big problem with this overnight tonight in the next couple of days.
Yes, it is going to be cold. I remember back in 2010, the iguanas falling out of trees.
I heard about that.
And just fell over.
Yeah, that was a pretty wild time. I've been here 17 years, and that's the coldest spell that I remember. That was back January 2010. This will not be that. I mean, we're going to set some records, but it's not that long of a cold spell. We're probably looking at 2 very cold nights, and then by the weekend we're in the mid-70s again.
Right back
so if you like the warm stuff, you just have to wait a couple of days.
Get ready, right?
Yeah, that's right. Tonight will be cold, and tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will actually be probably 5 degrees colder, and temperature records will be on the way tomorrow night. Tonight, well, I think we'll be okay with our records, although it is cold out there, and it is pretty breezy too. So cold tonight. We do have windy and cold weather on the way for Thursday, so not only will you need the warm weather gear in the morning, you'll need it all day long, and record lows are possible Thursday night as we get into some very, very chilly air. There's actually a secondary cold front moving down the state now, so that just kind of reinforces what we have as far as cold, and it will drop temperatures even more in the overnight hours. There's a look at current temperatures across Palm Beach County. It's a mix of 40s and 50s. Treasure Coast, what do we have? A whole lot of 40s, just hanging on to 50 on the coastline. We will fall probably another 10 degrees in most areas for your overnight lows. So it will be chilly. Here's a look at overnight lows. And you can see mid-30s around Okeechobee, Loxahatchee and Wellington. What am I talking about? Jupiter looking at 37, 40 to about 41 through South County, Boynton, Delray, and Boca. A little farther north into the Treasure Coast. It's colder. And if you have temperature-sensitive plants, protect those. Bring your pets inside tonight. They feel that cold. And we have the wind chill advisory that kicks in just after midnight, and that'll be around tomorrow morning too. So not only do we have these actual temperatures, with the wind, it'll feel about 3 to 5 degrees colder than that. So it'll feel like temperatures around the low 30s in most areas. That's cold for this time of year, even for this time of year. The sunshine returns tomorrow, but it really doesn't warm things up. We're only into the high 50s by the afternoon. We warm up to 63 on Friday. And then by Saturday and Sunday, we're back into where we should be this time of year. Actually above normal by Sunday at 79. Boaters tomorrow, obviously it's going to be very cold. Northwest winds 20 to 30 knots, 4 to 6 nearshore waters, up to 10 offshore, and a moderate chop for the inland waters. All right, cold tonight, 39 overnight for your low. Obviously inland and north colder than that. Tomorrow, 59. Those have been our overnight lows for the last last couple of weeks. So it will be very cold tomorrow, even with that sunshine. Tomorrow night will be the coldest night. I put 35. As a comparison, our record low is 42 for this date. So we'll more than likely shatter that. And then we warm up a little bit on Friday, not much. Saturday and Sunday looking fantastic with sunshine on the way. I'm going to have another update coming up in just a few minutes.
We'll see you soon, Steve. Thank you. Parental permission, the unique way Florida students are getting out of taking controversial state tests.
Starting young, see how this little girl tried to get her dad to steal from a toy store.
Plus, strange lights in the sky spotted 92 times overnight. Now NASA is answering questions tonight about it.
Hey guys, it's Virginia from the KVJ show on WRMF. When Brayman Honda says they'll give you the bottom line, they're not kidding. Brayman Honda is my favorite dealership. And while other dealers try to add fees and charges, Brayman Honda gives you the low price out the door. That's why Brayman Honda is the Palm Beach's #1 Honda dealer. The low price out the door every day. That's the Brayman Honda bottom line. See Mike Rodriguez today and start saving.
We're a punchline. Not even one suspect. And now I have the commissioner riding me. You see a saddle on my back, McKay? Now I need you people to get out
Sarge,
there. What is it?
This is great. We gotta move.
That's my point.
No, my wife's got book club in here.
You gotta be kidding me.
So we need to move this to the den. Everybody up!
Pause and pick up your show in any room. With AT&T, the U-verse revolves around you.
It's on Main Street to Lexington.
West Palm Beach is a city on the move. #1 in Florida for jobs, new financial and arts districts, improved public safety, all led by Mayor Jerry Moyo, who's held the line on taxes, improved city finances, and protected our water. And unlike her opponent, Mayor Moyo shows up for the city she loves.
We're on a roll here, and I'm not going to let anyone stop that. Not on my watch, not on your dime.
Mayor Jerry Moyo. She works for us.
Imagine if you could predict an accident before it happened. Presenting the world's first car that warns you of a possible collision 2 cars ahead. Helping you avoid accidents you don't see coming. Lease the Infiniti Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Wouldn't it be amazing if every time you fell asleep, you dropped everything? Wouldn't it be amazing if every time you fell asleep, you fell in love? Prana Sleep. Amazing sleep.
Weather on the go. Text weather to 29,000. Sponsored by your South Florida Honda dealers.
Trending right now, is our Veep acting like a creep? Well, some people say yes. Vice President Joe Biden under fire tonight for his love of nuzzling ladies for the cameras. He was seen here getting very handsy with Defense Secretary Ash Carter's wife yesterday as he was sworn in. And apparently it's not Biden's first time doing this sort of thing. He's been seen whispering into the ears of other political leaders like Hillary Clinton and presidents of other countries. A 500-pound meteor lights up the night sky. NASA's Meteor Watch cameras were rolling as it illuminated parts of Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New York last night. The fireball meteor was going 45,000 miles an hour. You see that right hand side, the glow there. And reports say it flared brighter than the full moon, and it was only actually 2 feet in diameter.
Leila, Daddy doesn't have the money for it right now.
Stop! It's just trigger!
I don't want to take it.
Let's just do it right now!
She knows what she wants and she's gonna get it. At least she thinks that. A quick somebody stop her. This adorable would-be shoplifter, the world's youngest in fact, trying to persuade her dad to steal a life-size Elsa doll. Those girls really do love Frozen. Well, she begs him to drag it from the shop while her dad attempts to hold back laughter. Negotiating with his daughter, the man can be heard saying, like you heard him there, can't daddy just buy a TV instead? And I say, please? Maybe. Jay, would you?
Well, daddy responded, no, we already have one, a TV in the living room. And the story continues to go viral as we speak.
It's great.
It's
funny.
More nonstop news still ahead at 10. Parental permission to skip tests?
Students are mandated to participate in the testing, but it doesn't say that students are required to answer the test. Questions.
The sneaky way parents are getting their students not to take state tests. Shocking video of a rapper punching a fan on stage. Then, top terror officials are studying this man tonight, seen in the latest ISIS murder tapes. Why they believe he could be from America. Plus, video that's gone viral. Why this little girl's hole-in-one is even more remarkable tonight.
What could be better than a morning filled with Maury and Jerry on Fox 29? A morning and afternoon with Maury and Jerry, followed by Steve Harvey at a new time. Now, every weekday morning, Maury Povich is at 9, followed by Jerry Springer at 10, and a little Steve Harvey just for fun at 11. Then afternoons get a whole lot more exciting with Jerry at 3, Maury at 4, and the latest from everyone's favorite funny man, Steve Harvey, in a new time at 5 p.m. Come along for great daytime TV every weekday on Fox 29.
Range Rover Sport. Land Rover, above and beyond.
In case of an emergency, I can always use my Lifeline cell phone to call for help.
SafeLink, the free phone program. Free cell, free text, and free minutes is your connection to safety. If you qualify for programs such as SNAP or Medicaid, today you are eligible for 500 free minutes for the first 5 months and unlimited free texts.
With SafeLink, my family can feel secure when I am alone.
Call 1-800-SafeLink or visit safelink.com.
Now available at participating Walmart locations.
It's the Buick.
Sir. Buick. Where's the Buick?
Buick. The expectation-shattering Buick LaCrosse.
During the Buick President's Day event, current lessees switch to Buick and lease this 2015 LaCrosse for around $299 per month.
It's time to play Who's Got It?
So what's your name?
John Arrigo.
Okay, John, let's play. 40 miles to the gallon, who's got it?
Arrigo Fiat.
Correct! Next question. New 2015 Fiat 500s from $189 a month. Sign and drive, who's got it?
Arrigo Fiat.
Correct again. Last question. Who's got 0% financing?
You know who's got it. Arrigo Fiat's got it. Can I be the host now?
No way, I'm not dressing like that.
Thank you for playing Who's Got It? And remember, the correct answer is Arrigo Fiat West Palm.
Tonight's weather is sponsored by CMI Air Conditioning. We provide service when you need it. Call CMI 844-1004. Now, Fox 29 News at 10 p.m. continues.
Crank up the heat. Temps are plunging across the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast, and the worst is yet to come. Steve Weigel has your full forecast for the next 2 days straight ahead.
Right now, parents are taking matters into their own hands by having their kids opt out of state standardized testing, and it's legal. Our Chris Trankman explains.
The new Florida Standards Assessment Test has parents like Heidi Janssen and Laura McCrary so frustrated they're now leaders in the opt-out movement, meaning their kids won't take the required exams when they're administered next month.
There is no value, there is no educational benefit. It is strictly about data and dollars.
Janssen says the state is using test results to grade teachers and school districts, forcing students to spend hours of class time taking tests instead of learning subjects.
It's insane. I don't quite know what they have to ask my son for 9.5 hours in order to evaluate his teacher.
Janssen believes parents have the right to refuse the tests, but the state believes otherwise. Florida's Secretary of Education has sent out a letter addressing the opt-out issue, and she says the law is perfectly clear. Pam Stewart says there is no opt-out clause or process for students to opt out or for parents to opt their children out. McCrary says that's not exactly true.
Students are mandated to participate in the testing, but it doesn't say that students are required to answer the test questions.
So she plans to have her son show up for the exam, but leave the answers blank. The Pinellas County School District is warning that could have serious consequences.
Will it affect their graduation possibilities? Will it affect their grade point averaging in class?
Or even eligibility for Bright Future scholarships. The district says it'll review each case, but these parents say if their kids are unfairly punished for opting out, they're prepared to sue.
That was Chris Trankman reporting for us tonight. Now, Governor Rick Scott announced he's recommending a reduction in the number of standardized tests required in Florida schools. Jay.
Ashley, thank you. Right now, a methodical statewide search for a missing woman from Tampa is intensifying. April Foster vanished nearly a week ago after a night out in Ybor City. Tonight, a prayer vigil was held in April's honor. $15,000 in reward money is being offered for any information into her disappearance. A woman who tweeted too drunk to care just minutes before a deadly head-on collision pleads guilty in a Fort Lauderdale court today. 2 people were killed in the accident on the Sawgrass Expressway back in November of 2013. Kayla Mendoza pleaded guilty to 2 charges of DUI manslaughter in the deaths of Caitlin Ferrante and her best friend, Marissa Caranio, both 21 at the time. FHP said Mendoza was driving with a blood alcohol level twice the legal limit.
New information here, a plan to allow grocery stores to sell hard liquor taking a step forward tonight. Lawmakers in a House subcommittee advanced a bill that would allow you to buy booze with your groceries. But tonight, one of the state's largest grocery stores is speaking out against the plan. Publix is joining the Sheriff's Association in arguing that the new rules would make it easier for teens to get their hands on hard alcohol.
New at 10, it is a story that has touched so many hearts. An ALS patient sunk a hole-in-one on live TV. Andrew Schenthal caught up with Madeline Kennedy and shows us how she's devoting the rest of her life to fighting this terrible disease.
It was this moment live on Wink News. ALS patient Madeline Kennedy sunk a nearly 80-foot putt. It's a video that's gone viral.
People stop me. Somebody mowing the lawn stopped and tells me what a great job it was.
Madeline was diagnosed with ALS 3 years ago. Ever since then, she has devoted the rest of her life to finding new treatments. She wears these bands on her wrists and ankles that monitor her movements. That way, researchers in Cambridge, Massachusetts at the ALS Therapy Development Institute can collect the data and learn more about the illness.
We may be able to have more sensitivity to find specific drugs that will work best for certain people.
Madeline believes ALS isn't incurable. She says rather it's underfunded. So when videos like her golf putt gain attention, she says that means more people learn about the disease and donate.
If I'm having success with that and raising awareness and raising funds, that makes me very proud.
She does her best to stay active, and while she knows her days are limited, she believes someday that will change, if not for her, for future generations.
I don't truly believe that a cure will come in my lifetime, and that's always hard to say. But they've got to find an answer to this.
An answer that Madeline hopes will save lives in the years to come.
It's wonderful what a difference she is making in her life right now, knowing what's to come. Visit ALS.net to learn more about the foundation that Madeline works with and to donate to research that could help find a cure.
And it's amazing how much coverage ALS has gotten over the past several months, especially with the Ice Bucket Challenge you guys participated in. We've all did in the studio, and hopefully it continues to raise more and more money.
Those stories are so important each and every day.
Okay, next at 10, top terror officials finding a possible connection between this ISIS militant and America. What they say tipped them off.
Plus, a rapper unloads on a female fan, the violence on stage caught on camera, why he says it was all a misunderstanding.
Plus, if you can't go over it, go under it. The unique way snow-trapped neighbors are getting out of the house.
Hi, I'm Chandra Bill, and I just love Stanton Optical. Come in now and get 2 complete pairs of glasses for only $69, plus a free eye exam. Visit StantonOptical.com.
Call 800-STANTON for nearest location.
The lightest or nothing. The smartest or nothing. The quietest or nothing. The sleekest, sexiest, baddest, safest, tightest, harshest, or nothing. At Mercedes-Benz, we do things one way or we don't do them at all. The 2015 C-Class, the best or nothing. See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services.
When our little girl was born, we got a Subaru. It's where she said her first word. No! Saw her first day of school. Bye-bye. Made a best friend forever. Oh my! The back seat of my Subaru is where she grew up.
What? The 2015 Subaru Forester.
What?
Built to be there for your family. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Right now, lease the 2015 Subaru Forester for $224 per month for 36 months.
I drove a Scion for a little bit.
We went around the country talking to people who made the switch to Ford.
We've been friends since high school and recently started a business together. I drove a Honda.
He looked into the Mazda 3, the Hyundais. The minute he saw the Focus, he's like, okay.
I saw it and I thought it looked really awesome. The mileage is much better on the Focus than my previous car.
When he got his car, it made me switch to the Ford Focus.
Make the switch to Ford. Lease a Focus for only $159 a month for 36 months with $23.21 due at signing. Only at your local South Florida Ford store.
A villain is only as good as the technology at his fingertips. Just like in the movies, behind every cunning plan, there's a brilliant mind. If you need to get away at light speed, you can't beat an aluminium chassis. Oh yes, there's method to our madness.
Visit your South Florida Jaguar retailer during the Mark Your Territory sales event.
Shopping for glasses can be very expensive, but at Stanton Optical, I get 2 pairs of eyeglasses for only $69, plus a free eye exam.
Free eye exam with purchase of 2 pair for $69. Call 800-STANTON for nearest location.
This high-definition newscast is sponsored by Napleton's West Palm Beach Hyundai at the big corner of Okeechobee Boulevard and Congress Avenue.
Take a look at the stories making headlines around the world in 90 seconds or less. Pope Francis led Ash Wednesday services in the Vatican today. The Pope began the ceremony by delivering a homily. There he urged Christians to give charitably without seeking praise. Lent lasts 40 days and is a time for Christians to reflect, pray, and even fast as Easter approaches. U.S. intelligence officials are analyzing facial features and speech patterns of this masked man who spoke in a recent ISIS video. They're trying to figure out just how old he is and if he could be one of ISIS's American recruits. That video shows the murders of 21 Egyptian Christians. Linguistics experts say his distinctive pronunciations could indicate a possible U.S. background. Officials say ISIS recruiting is a growing concern. The State Department has launched its own social media campaign to counter the terror group's propaganda machine. And it is the year of the sheep, according to the Chinese calendar, but the robust firework display was anything but sheepish. Celebrations are underway in China and throughout Asia, celebrating the Lunar New Year. That's what's happening around the world tonight. Ashley.
All right, Jay, thank you. New tonight, new developments also regarding the accident involving former Olympian Bruce Jenner. TMZ is reporting new video evidence shows that Jenner may have been at fault in a deadly California car accident. A public transportation bus caught the entire incident on video. Right now, detectives with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department are still reviewing that video. A 69-year-old woman died in the crash. Nicki Minaj's staff members involved in a deadly stabbing in Philadelphia. It began with an altercation outside a bar around 3 this morning. 2 men were stabbed and a witness found them lying on a sidewalk and then took them to the hospital. One of those men died. Both victims were staff members of Nicki Minaj's upcoming tour. A fan gets on stage and dances behind a rapper and she suffers the consequences. Ouch! Total punch in the face. It looks like a fun moment until Afroman swings and connects with that punch. It was a female fan who's knocked right off her feet. Witnesses say the crowd started booing the artist, and rightfully so, although she probably shouldn't have been up there. My gosh, that's hard. Okay, police took Afroman, real name Joseph Foreman, into custody. He was released after posting $330 bond. Afroman later told TMZ that a man had been heckling him throughout the show, and when someone bumped into him, he thought it was that man. Maybe he should have looked first. The 40-year-old rapper is best known for the hit Because I Got High. All right, Justin Bieber gets egged, but this one is planned. This new video is a promo for Justin's upcoming roast on Comedy Central. It instantly went viral, and as you can see, shows him getting egged in slow motion. And if you can remember, he had egged his neighbor's house a while back, got in a little trouble for that. So this, I think, is a little play on with Justin and his egg throwing.
I'm still baffled by the Afroman.
I know, can you
punch.
believe that? That was the hardest thing I've ever seen. Poor girl.
Yeah, next to 10, it was a cliffhanger on American Idol tonight. Everyone hoping a local contestant will make it through tomorrow. What they say is the hardest part of live TV coming up.
Plus, if you can't go over it, go under it. The unique way snow-trapped neighbors are getting out of the house.
Luckily, we don't have to deal with that, but it is a beautiful night out there. It is getting colder, though. I'll let you know how low it'll go. And we're going to talk about tomorrow night, too, because it'll be even colder. Your forecast coming up.
You're going to love these savings at JM Lexus. Right now, drive a new RX 350 or GS 350, your choice, only $298 a month. Only from the #1 Lexus dealer in the world, JM Lexus.
Does sitting behind a new desk make you feel like a powerful titan of industry?
Then you might be gear-centric.
Visit our President's Day sale and save 40% on select furniture. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great.
The switch is on. Make the switch to affordable German engineering. Volkswagen. Save big on Motor Trend's 2015 Car of the Year and the North American Car of the Year. New Volkswagens on sale now. Lease from just $159 a month or 0 down. Get our biggest savings ever on the turbocharged Tiguan SUV. Now only $179 a month or 0 down. Make the switch to German engineering and save big during our big sale this week at Volkswagen.
Lowe's presents How to Put Your Foot in Your Mouth.
Man, wish my yard looked like yours. Hey, the grass is always greener on the other side of the... Sorry.
Now get 20% off all Stay Green lawn fertilizer at Lowe's.
Someday you won't need all of this space, and you'll miss their raisins all over the place, sandy beach toys and splattered sunscreen. So enjoy the journey and the melted ice cream.
The Infiniti QX60 and the QX60 Hybrid with best-in-class combined fuel economy. Lease the Infiniti QX60 for $369 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
The trucks are rolling, bringing you H.H. Gregg's President's Day sale. Get up to 30% off store-wide. A 55-inch HD TV is just $398. Amana top-load washers and dryers are $299 each. A Frigidaire 4-piece kitchen package, all for just $1949. Plus, no down payment, no interest for 24 months. Get truckloads of savings and get up to 30% off store-wide. Now at H.H. Gregg and hhgregg.com.
It's easy to fall in love at JM Lexus. Find your perfect match from over 1,400 attractive Lexus vehicles, like the new 2015 IS 250, only $189 a month.
When you think Lexus, think JM Lexus.
Right now, many of you rooting for our own hometown Idol contestant on American Idol. More than half of the contestants will be going home tomorrow. Fox's Jonathan Hunt tells us what some have learned from the show so far.
The American Idol judges will send half of the 48 remaining contestants home this week after they perform in front of a live audience at LA's famed House of Blues nightclub.
This time I'm not leaving without you.
They're all very talented. I think a couple of them definitely stand out for me. Yeah, and it's interesting because sometimes people that did an amazing job thus far may be mediocre today, and other people that were pretty good are going to blow the roof off. So it's just hard to say.
Performing in front of a live audience was a new challenge for most of the contestants.
This time was just so full of energy. All the people were screaming, and you just feed off of their energy, and you just feel good. You feel confident.
Definitely taking advice from, the judges from previous talks that we've had, just to be more confident on stage, live in the moment, be present.
I thought performing at the House of Blues was crazy. I was so nervous when I found out we were doing it, though, because that was like our first live audience.
Next up, the top 24 will travel to Detroit to perform at the Palace Theater.
You have to continue to stand out to move forward. And so I just worked on my craft and left it all out on the stage.
If you look at footage from my first audition and then compare it to now, I'm just more in shape in a lot of ways. And hopefully that continues.
In Hollywood, Jonathan Hunt, Fox News.
Tomorrow night, we will let you know how our own Emily Brooke fares. Coming up tomorrow night in the Fox 29 10 o'clock news. Well, meet the newest top dog. This is Miss P. She won Best in Show at the Westminster Kennel Club Tuesday night. Today, she celebrated with steak at famed restaurant Sardi's and a trip to the top of the Empire State Building. It was the 20th Best in Show win in the United States for the Canadian-born Miss P. The New York City tour ended tonight with a walk-on part in the Broadway musical Kinky Boots.
Kind of look like Weagle's Beagle.
Weagle's Beagle.
All right, what do you do when you've got a bad case of cabin fever and the snow is just piling up above your head? It's hard to even look at that. Well, dig your way to freedom. This is Marcel Landry's very own escape tunnel. You just saw it. The Canadian man dug it out when he got trapped inside his house by all that snow. It took him more than 6 hours.
I just started digging in, following the path, and eventually I found the car.
Okay, so now he's got a head start on his shoveling, and by the way, a pretty cool snow fort to hang out in, but I'm not sure you'd want to do that in those freezing temperatures.
You've had some good banter with your brother this week.
Yeah. He could do that all day long. Right? He could build tunnels all around his house.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, it's like 10 feet of snow up there. I used to do that as a kid. It was,
really?
Yeah, all the time. Well, I mean, in the winter.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It actually is fairly warm inside.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. It gets a little boring after a while.
Keeps the wind out.
Looks
it
awful.
does.
Right? When your brother's garage door opened up and all you saw was the wall of ice, it was
no way out.
No, thank you very much.
No way out.
I'll take our cool spells, right?
Exactly. And I think everyone in South Florida is kind of thinking the same thing. It's not too bad here when you take a look at what's going on up north. It's wild. We got 2 cold nights on the way. The first one starts tonight, obviously. We've been talking about it all week. Very cold tonight and about 5 degrees colder tomorrow night. That's when we're likely to set temperature records. It'll also be windy tomorrow, so we're going to be dealing with a wind chill. Wind chill advisory actually kicks in as we get into 2 a.m. and it lingers into the morning. Clear sky, but there's another weak front pushing through, and that reinforces the cold air that's already around. Current temperatures are a mix of 40s and 50s, cooling off overnight. We eventually get down into some pretty chilly weather. We'll drop another 5 to 10 degrees for overnight lows. So watch out there. Dress warm if you're headed out. And tomorrow morning, don't be shocked. Get those extra clothes around because you will need them as you head out the door. Overnight lows dip down into a lot of 30s here in Palm Beach County. We'll hang on just to 40 or a touch above around Boca del Rey, Highland Beach. The Treasure Coast, it is pretty much 30s up and down the coastline. Very cold night. This is the coldest weather. The coldest night that we've had so far this season was back last Saturday morning where we dipped down to 45. We're 5-10 degrees colder than that tonight, so you'll notice it. And there's a look at the lake area, a mix of low and mid 30s. Very, very chilly. Bring your pets and your plants inside if you can protect them. Tomorrow night, definitely protect those pets. And the plants, you're going to need to protect those too by whatever it means you want to. You can water them, you can put the sheets over them. The farmers will be dealing with that out west too. It's going to be a big night tomorrow night. All right, 5 a.m., it's cold, 40. We warm up slowly tomorrow, but there is a big chill in the air for your Thursday. 59 the daytime high. That's all we get to for a high. 63 on Friday. We're up into the mid and high 70s. Sunday, we're almost at 80 degrees again. Not bad at all. So boaters, it is very cold and it is very windy tomorrow. So not a nice day to be out on the water. Moderate chop for the inland waters. Overnight forecast, bundle up. A snuggle alert is in effect. Wind chill advisory starts after midnight. It'll continue in toward the early morning hours. 59 tomorrow by the afternoon. Keep in mind with that wind, there's a northwest wind at 20 miles an hour, gusting to 25 and 30. That will make it feel like low and mid 50s for our highs. And the 7-day forecast as we get into Friday, lots of sunshine here. Still a little chilly on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, a little bit better shower chance, but looking good weather-wise. And not bad for the weekend. If you like the warm weather, looking pretty good. And as always, Glenn and Lisa are back in the morning with the very latest on this cold snap.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. FAU baseball facing one of its biggest challenges of the season.
What the Owls did tonight, that's opening eyes around the country.